Yeah, check this out. Right now, I was just sitting here processing for my blog, right? For my Old Testament Prophecies of Jesus vlog. So I'm double checking some stuff, and then I'm rereading about NACO as far as like uh the history of the Neo-Babylonian Empire, but more so from his lens as far as the relevant battles that took place as far as 612, 609 at Nineveh. Actually, Nineveh was in 612, 609, and Haran, and before that, the Battle of Megiddo and etc., involving the 26th dynasty of Egypt as far as Necho II. But I don't want to explain all that. I want to document this particular portion right now. Okay, before I read this out loud, this is why I'm documenting this. This is a thought documentation. I'm pretty sure the religion that the 26th dynasty, as far as during the period of Necho II, believed in was completely different from Apollo. Yeah, I find it interesting that let me read this first so I don't explain it because it might turn out too long. Hold on. Okay, as far as this is a passage from Herodotus explaining what went on as far as in 609, right? Okay, it says actually, damn, Haran, I forget if it's 612 or 609, but that's not important right now. This is what it says. Herodotus reports the campaign of the Pharaoh in his histories, book 2, 159. Nacos then stopped work on the canal and turned to war. Some of his tree rims were constructed by the Northern Sea. I'm assuming that's the Mediterranean, and some in the Arabian Gulf, which is the Red Sea. This is what they're pointed to as far as proximity. The Red Sea by the coast of the Sea of Erythraeus. The windlasses for beaching the ships can still be seen. He deployed these ships as needed, while he also engaged in a pitched battle at Megiddo with the Syrians and conquered them. And after this the important part. This is why I'm recording this out loud. At Megiddo's with the Syrians and conquered them. Here it is right here. And after this, he took Kadesh, which is a great city of Syria. He sent the clothes he had worn in these battles to Branchidae of Miletus and dedicated them to Apollo. That's the part I wanted to document because I'm finna do a further research on that, and I'm gonna find out exactly what was the main religion that Necho II believed in. The reason why I want to find that out because I feel like it's insight. As far as other things I'm gonna bring up during this blog, as far as this term monolatrism, because all this stuff that I'm touching on, even though the blog is about the Old Testament prophecies of Jesus, I'm going thoroughly through the history uh around that time when Jesus was first predicted, such as in the book of Isaiah and the book of Daniel. So because I'm going back that far in history, even though Isaiah leads more so during the 4th century, as far as the book of Daniel and all of that, that history goes back as far as the 7th century, possibly a little bit before that for a little bit more complete context. But that's why I'm going that far back. So I'm explaining everything thoroughly and factually as far as what went on during that period in history all the way going past Cyprus, and then of course get to well, I'm gonna have to speak on other books about Jesus in the Bible too, but the main two books is the book of Daniel and the book of Isaiah. All the actual history on the ground, I'm just getting the facts as they are, so I can have a background context. So that way, when I thoroughly go through the book of Daniel and Isaiah, I can kind of deduce what's more than likely the case, kind of like I did with Kisra. But as far as this particular passage that I'm reading, that's great insight because I'm looking at it like this. If Nako believed in a different God, if he had a chief God or chief deity or religion that he believed in, documented, which is completely different from that of the Greeks, right? Whatever uh not Apollo. For him to still show that much respect to a different religion, I guess you could say, it makes me think immediately of that letter that Emperor Constantine had wrote during his time that I broke down as far as his letter to Arius. What was that? In 3 trying to think of the last one. I think the last one is in like, yeah, 333. As far as that one in 333, and then the oldest one going back as far as what 323 and 324. When he asked them to go ahead and debate, put their perspective out there. But as far as like in that letter, he was talking about like the actual understanding of Christendom at that time, and how he was saying it was so complex. A lot of people might not really get it. So it just made me think about that as far as comparing that to Nako, sending his outfit that he wore at the Battle of Megiddo and dedicating that to this deity as far as Apollo and this other what is it called? Branchy Day or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like that's significant and is insightful. And I'm gonna speak on it a little bit more thoroughly why. But as far as my thought documentation, I just wanted to record what I was kind of thinking just now.